People always ask, where did we get the name Blue Water Climate Control? When a Navy ship casts off lines, exits the harbor, and loses sight of land, that's blue water sailing. It takes a team of people to do that. Tireless work, focus, and attention to detail. So much of starting a business is just like that. After it's done, you get filled with deep satisfaction for accomplishing something. And it's quickly followed by, now the real work begins. We're Blue Water Climate Control.
What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody? See, Ryan Schrick's in the house over here on YouTube. I need to put all these chats up on the screen. Y'all want to see that? You can see what's going on Facebook and YouTube. I don't think it'll show up previous comments, but Ryan Gator Fed's already flapping his gums. Always flapping his gums. What's up, Michael Jones? How you doing? We got some football time in Tennessee tomorrow. Billy's not going to be able to be with us. He's with Al Wilson, one of his teammates. They're doing some sort of special thing for his Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame induction. Pretty cool. So he's down there doing that, and I thought I'd get on here for a few minutes and see what y'all want to talk about. I want to know what y'all want to see tomorrow. Anybody going to the game? I guess is the first question. I want to know if you're going to the game. And I was looking up some fun facts about the orange and white game. I've only been to 3 or 4 that I can remember. I haven't been to a lot of them, but I've been to a few of them. I remember going to the one for the 98 season thinking, well, we got a lot of growing to do. Boy, was I wrong. I had a lot of growing to do, but I just didn't have a lot of high hopes. And there we go. We go undefeated, win the national championship. Everything else is history. I went to one in the early 2000s. I don't remember. And the last one I've been to was I think it was the last year Derek Dooley. I think somewhere right through there. Anyway, we got a lot of you checking in. Got Jenny Van, the best Tennessee fan down in Gator land, down in Florida. And Ryan Schrick says he's already. I'm not even reading your comments, Ryan. So just forget it. If you want your comments read, you got to call in. But I don't think you're man enough to do that. You just talk. You're a keyboard Rambo. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to the game, but here's some things that I want to see, and I want to know what y'all want to see. I want to see quarterbacks. Obviously, that's probably everybody's biggest thing. They're getting all the hype, getting all the glory and all the blame. So I want to see what we got at the quarterback position. I want to see with the running back core all down this year. I want to see Jabari Small and our running backs. But we lost a lot of running backs. And I don't know that if you can see this on an orange and white game. I was hoping Billy was here. Maybe he would be able to shed some light on it because he's played in a few of them. Can you really see if there's an emerging leader out there that isn't already a leader? What all can you actually tell out of the orange and white game? That's what I want to know. I'm interested in seeing how Jalen Hyatt does. I think he's going to be a difference maker this year. And Heupel. I want to see how he interacts with the players. I'm gonna be watching that. Is he gonna be kicking chalkboards or dry erase boards or whatever like Pruitt did? I'm just curious what his demeanor is on the sideline. See how much coaching he's doing. Ryan, you're not the number one caller. I hate to tell you, you're the number 3 caller on the show. You don't call in anymore, so I've had to drop you down a notch or two. All right, I'm thinking about doing some trivia, a trivia night for callers where you can call in and answer a trivia question. Tell me what y'all think about that in the comment section, where we have like maybe genres, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, where we might, and then we might have a section where we got like, I don't know, big events, dates. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing some trivia, and I might even have it where y'all can sign up for this and win something big from one of our sponsors. I have like a real contest with between get 2 people on or 3 people on. You call in, and that way you don't know what the questions are. Well, you get to. It's kind of like Jeopardy, where you pick a thing, a category, and Billy and I alternate asking questions and see who wins, and then you win something. Y'all interested in doing that? Who's starting quarterback tomorrow? I don't know who's starting. I'm sure Bailey is. I don't know. Who knows? I want to see them all play, though. I think the orange is the number 1 offense and white is the number 1 defense, if I remember right. Maybe y'all can correct me on that. But let's go back to attendance. The attendance at the orange and white game has been way down. I was reading an article, and I'm going to see if I can pull it up here. Was way down when we were the best. And when we hadn't been so good, it's been way up. I don't know if they've just got more, let more people in or what, but our number 1 attendance makes a lot of sense, especially if you've been around a while. In 1980, our attendance was 15,000. 81, our attendance was 11,300. In 82, that's a pretty good jump to 16,000. In 83, 17,000. I wonder if this is kind of like in correlation to what the past year was or anticipation of this year. And then we have a big drop off to 16.5 in 1984. In 1985, that was a pretty good year at 12,300. That was the year we all remember, Sugar Bowl. We upset Miami. Of course, I don't think it's an upset. Everybody else thought it was an upset. Y'all know what 3 months later brought us? An orange and white game attendance of 73,801. That is our number 1 attendance in the history of Tennessee orange and white games. But that makes a lot of sense. That was a huge win. I remember it like it was yesterday. That was a ginormous win. I mean, any Tennessee fan, when I was in high school, any Tennessee fan had to be worried because that was really kind of right in the middle, the beginning of the old Miami dynasty, right during it. Vinny Testaverde was the quarterback. And they went on after that and gotten better. They had some great quarterbacks, had Warren Sapp. Hey, The Rock, I don't know when The Rock played. I don't think he played in that game. He played a little later on, but there was some good. I wonder if Jerome Brown was on that team. I need to look that up. Anyways, right about that era, and I don't know if y'all remember that, where they went into somewhere wearing fatigues and big old chains. That was the start of that era. So that makes a lot of sense. We didn't go over 20,000 until 88 with 31,000. And we dropped back down in 91. We had 8,500. 92, 16,000. Then right in the middle of the Heath Schuler eras, we jumped to 22, 750. And then we stayed in the teens, and we didn't go over 20,000 again until 2008. No, let's see, 2005. We went to 23,475. What was surprising is the orange and white game that I remember going to the year of the national championship game. We only had 12,000 people there. And then the April after we won the championship, we had 15,400. And then we went back down to 12 and then 15. And we hung around there for a while. But we started getting in 09. Was that Lane Kiffin's first year? I believe it was. Yes, it was. 51,000. And we dropped back down a little bit. Then 2013, 61,000. Then 14, 68,000. And 15, 63,000, 67,000. 2017, we dropped almost in half to 35,000. Then 65,000. And then 2019, 50,967. And 2020, we had the lowest attendance of any orange and white game in history. 0. Because it's canceled. I wonder how many is going to be at the orange and white game this year. Anybody know? Let me go check up on these comments. I hope it is packed, Michael. How you doing, Jason Young? Good. Bob Sheth, you answered my question. Jerome Brown was in the Sugar Bowl that we played him in. Paid from 83 to 87. Thank you for getting me that information. Y'all are the best. So, yeah, I remember that Sugar Bowl. I want to know what y'all want to see in this orange and white game. Are you going to go to it? I want you to put in the comments if you're going to the game or you're watching it on TV. I think it's on one of the ESPN channels. Anyway, y'all just now tuning in. Billy Ratliff, my partner in crime, is at a big shindig for Al Wilson in town, celebrating his college football Hall of Fame induction. Well-deserved, Al. And wish I could have seen you this weekend, but didn't work out. Well, we'll see you sometime soon. Matt Dummett's going to see it on TV. I'd rather watch it on TV. I've been up in the sky boxes before. That was an experience. I'm glad I did it. I've actually been to an orange and white game in the sky boxes. And man, the food up there is unbelievable. Even for an orange and white game, it's great. I tell you the difference between a regular season skybox and an orange and white game skybox is the food, all the food you can eat. Mayfield ice cream's up there free, all that stuff, all you can drink, any kind of drink, if you know what I mean. Is on the orange and white game, it's like going to Chili's. But during the season, especially an Alabama game, it's like going to Ruth Chris. That's the difference between the food up in the skybox in Neyland Stadium. I know firsthand. Unbelievable. It's an experience I wouldn't trade for anything, but here's the thing. Here's the truth of it. You can't see the game as good. Of course, there's TVs up in all the skyboxes. And I'm getting older. I'm in my 50s. I don't know that I want to go to a game anymore. It's hard on you walking so far. You can't hardly park anywhere on campus. And I'm grumpy and ornery. And I want to watch the game. I think I'd rather watch it with my friends on big screen TV somewhere at somebody's house. Of course, we've been watching it on a bunch of screen TVs over at Tap House on our watch parties. We're going to do that again this year. Not sure where we're going to have it. Tennessee Tap House wants us to come back, but we're in search of a bigger and better venue. It's more family friendly and more tailgate friendly. So we're in negotiations with a company that has a place in Knoxville area, but their corporate office is in Texas about doing our watch parties this year. Don't know yet. Henry, I don't know where we're not going to be anywhere tomorrow. Billy's going to be at the game, he says. He's with Al Wilson right now. They're doing him and Jeff Coleman. I don't know if did y'all see the Cold World podcast Jeff did today about lunchtime? He had former VFL Ray Austin on. That Ray Austin's been on a bunch of TV shows, commercials. He's been on Empire. I don't know if y'all ever heard that show. And he's got a great thing going with some sports broadcasting stuff going. And good to see Ray Austin supporting his Vols. That's what I like seeing. They were talking about that a lot. Game at 4:00. But Bob, you need to be our co-host, our producer. He's always here with all the information on the SEC network. I never got an answer on Friday nights. Bill and I had been talking about it. We're trying to make it more fun. We want to start a section of the show, make the shows longer, but have a good little section of it. And we may do this in a different show. I don't know, but somewhere we want to do a call-in trivia game where we pre-select 2 or 3 people to come on and do a trivia game, maybe 4. We've got to figure out the technology of it, how we can, the rules or whatnot. We're going to do like categories, like it'll be all about UT sports, like basketball, football, the different sports, genres of the years, like 70s, 80s, 90s, bowl games might be a category. And just put in there if you like yes or no on that. And if you want to participate and you want to be on, we're going to set it up where some of our sponsors give the winner a good prize and the participants a decent prize, maybe a free meal somewhere or something. But let me see what y'all think about that. Henry wants to know, please ask Billy if my son and I can meet him tomorrow. I'm sure you can. Are you friends with him on Facebook? If you are, I'll try to hit him up on there. If not, I'll see where he's going to be tomorrow, and then we'll post it on Facebook. I think we don't even know what they're going to allow as far as tailgating tomorrow. We don't have any idea. I don't think there's going to be any of that. Just get in and get out. I don't know. So I'll see what we can help you out with on that, Henry, tomorrow. But first avenue is if you're friends with Billy on Facebook, is hit him up, and I'll text him that you're going to be sending him a message. But anyway, so what do y'all think about that trivia game? What y'all want to do that? Y'all think it's a good idea? Anybody want to participate in it? We're thinking about doing that every Friday during the show, or we may just have it where you can randomly call in and say what you want to say about Tennessee, and then pick a category. And if you get it right, you get a prize. So we just want to make it more fun for all the fans, more interactive. Jason Young wants to see it. Space Mountain, we don't know anything about gators over here. Only thing we know about gators is you can't spell a certain word without a UF. That's all we know about Florida. And I know Crying Ryan ain't in here. Anyway, I didn't even have the phone number up. No wonder we wasn't getting no calls. Dang, there we go. If I want to get any calls here in a little bit, I'll just read some comments, and just wanted to let y'all know Billy was with Al Wilson tonight. That's why he's not with me. Always loved hanging out with y'all. Henry Riddle, what did Henry say? Been a VFL since '85, so I'm ready for some trivia. Gators don't belong. Yeah, we ain't gonna have nothing Gators. The only thing we're gonna have about the Gators is trivia about the years we beat them, like 2001. I'm sure there'll be some trivia questions about that. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna get on out of here. What are y'all gonna? How many of you are going to the game? I only seen one answer. Somebody said that Matt said he's going to be watching on. Oh, Matt and Jason Young says they're going to be watching on TV. Henry's going to the game. Bob likes the trivia game idea. Yeah. First thing we got to do is we got to get a bunch of questions together and categorize them. So, yeah, I think we're going to start doing that. Be fun. We're also going to do some like maybe not top 10 lists because that gets a little watered down, but maybe something like Mount Rushmore type lists of Tennessee, like who's on the Mount Rushmore of wide receivers in Tennessee. It's a time we were called wide receiver U. So who do you boil that down to 4 or 5? I don't know how we'll do it, but we're going to have some shows coming up about that. That ain't easy to do. Top wide receivers. I mean, it's a arguable. Who do you put up there? Number 1, Joey Kent, Peerless Price. I mean, we've had Carl Pickens, Stanley Morgan. I don't know that he would be up there, but Willie Gault. I mean, Willie Gault had a lot of name with Tennessee fans, mainly after he left, more so than when he was here, even though he had a big name when he was here. But that really endeared a lot of because he did so good with, winning Super Bowl and all that. But just thinking about that, I don't know. Who do you put on the Mount Rushmore of Tennessee wide receivers? I don't know if we should call it Mount Rushmore or Mount Nealon. We might call it Mount Nealon. Craig Smith says, will we beat Georgia this year? You know what? My alter ego is Catfish, and I can flap my gums with the best of them. And every year I would say we was going 15-0. We was beating everybody. But then myself, Bobby, would a little bit be more reasonable. But even Bobby, myself, has been pretty high on the Vols the last couple of years. And I've had to eat some crow, some humble pie, and it tastes so bad. I don't know if I want to answer that question, Chris. We've had such disappointment after such hype. But you know what? I am going to say it, by God. You dang right we're going to beat Georgia one of these years. One of these years. I would love to see us beat Georgia. It seems like we've got better luck against Georgia than we do Florida. Let's say Henry's calling in. Let's see what Henry's got to say. What you got for us there, Henry?
Hey, how's it going, Catfish?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. Another weekend. Man, excited about tomorrow.
What do you want to see tomorrow?
The thing is, well, I want to see a lot of things. I've heard a lot about the speed of this offense and the speed of this team. I want to see how fast they really are.
Yeah.
I want to see what these new quarterbacks look like, which I'm pretty sure Milton, he's not going to be there, I'm pretty sure. But these other guys, I'd like to see them compete, just everything. Just want to see the old Tennessee team. You was naming those receivers a minute ago, and, man, that took me back. Like, we were always such a great team.
Yeah.
It's just so depressing these days. So depressing. But I know we're going to get back. We'll be back. We're too big of a university. There's too much money involved for us not to.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be back. Who would you put on the Mount Rushmore, Tennessee wide receiver? I mean, I was just thinking about it myself. That's not an easy task. I mean.
No, but Carl Pickens, he belongs there.
Yeah. And, Peerless,
he was like,
Joey
DB,
Kent.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he DB.
Peerless, Joey, Carl Pickens, and then it's a toss-up, right? Willie Gault and
Bob has Willie Gault, Peerless Price, Alvin Harper. He was another track star, wasn't he? A hurdler.
Oh yeah, don't let me forget about Alvin Harper.
See, you can't, and Joey Kent and Marcus Nash. I mean, who do you put on the Mount Rushmore?
Meacham Flame.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's crazy. I know it is. Speaking of the spring game, it's like 100% rain tomorrow.
That's what I heard.
No chance they postpone it or anything or cancel it or anything. Do you think?
I don't know. Well,
I sure hope not.
There'll be some people go, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily want to. We don't want to sit in the rain and watch it or anything. But
I think they let you sit in
an hour and a half drive.
I think they let you sit anywhere, and you probably go up to some of them overhangs. I bet that's where everybody will be sitting.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just thought, we would be up there. It'd be a great opportunity to meet a VFL legend if it was at all possible.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Are you friends with him on Facebook?
Yeah, I think I am.
Send him a message, and I'll send him a text. He's with Al Wilson right now. I don't know what all they're doing.
Isn't that crazy? He was to even be talking about them guys.
Yeah, he's visiting with Al right now. Him and JC went over to hang out with him. They're doing something for his celebration of his Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame induction, which was well deserved, by the way.
Wow. Oh yes, sir.
Well deserved.
Sir. They were.
We had Ray Austin on the show today. Great. Do you remember Ray Austin and DB back in the early mid-90s?
Absolutely.
He was on Cold World Podcast. He was on TV shows and commercials. I didn't realize that. He's acting. He's in Empire, the show Empire. I didn't know that.
Yes.
He's living out in California, and he's got it going on. He's got some sports league.
That is pretty awesome.
You need to go back and watch the Cold World Podcast from today, and he'll explain all that stuff he's doing. But we're going to do another show with him pretty soon. But yeah, Ray Austin.
I saw that earlier. I meant to catch that. The Cold World Podcast. That is awesome.
Yep.
I mean, like if you like sports, you'll love that.
Yeah.
But isn't that crazy? I didn't know he was on that at all.
Yep. And we got some big time surprises coming up with JC. Now that he's getting back, he had a little issue. He couldn't do it for a little while, but now he's all healed up and ready to go. And he'll be doing it pretty regular.
I noticed he had a great show. He had several VFLs on there.
Yeah, Joey Kent.
We didn't see anything else.
Yeah. He had some things he had to take care of. That's all I can really say. But he's back and better and ready to go.
I understand.
So
well, that's awesome. Good. The best of luck to every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Catfish, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I look forward to it every week.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you.
Hopefully we can watch us a good ball game.
Yeah. Hey, send me an email. I may have you do some alternate or some occasional guest hosting if you want to.
That'd be great.
I'd
love to get involved in something like that.
We've talked about that before in private, so you have to remind me. I have horrible memory. Just keep hounding me. I'll get with you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, even for your consideration. That really means a lot to me. Thank you.
All right,
everybody,
Henry.
have a good evening. Hopefully we'll have a good game tomorrow. Go Vols.
That'd be great. See you, Henry.
See you later.
That's one of our best callers, Henry. I'm over there in East Tennessee. He's been watching me for years. Good guy. Anyway, what's going on, Sven from Germany, Mississippi State fan? I hadn't talked to you in a while. How you doing? We're thinking about Sven. I don't know if you probably don't care much about it, but we're going to do some trivia questions for callers and call in where they can win prizes. And trying to get that going. Was thinking about just doing it, maybe a standalone show, or maybe it incorporated with the Bobby and Billy show. Not sure yet. Why is my banner up here today? What's going on? I can't get nothing set up today. There we go. What happened? That's better. Need to get on to the producer today. You're doing a very good job. Oh, let's see. Let's see what these questions are. I was going back over to it. Did you find out what the Lady Vols guy on the SEC tournament is, Bobby? You know what? Why did I forget? I showed that to Billy and asked him, and he didn't know, but he said he might know a way to uh, find out how to do it. I need some more information on him, Sven. If you've got my email, send me an email and we'll communicate, and maybe I can find that out for you. Anyway, Billy's not on today. He's with one of our VFL legends, Al Wilson, at some sort of Hall of Fame celebration, something, not sure, with Al Wilson. All right, Sven, send that to me. Well, I'm going to duck on out of here. Always good hanging out with the fans. And we're going to start having a lot better show on Friday nights. Like I said, we're going to start doing a little better job for you, getting the fans more involved where they can win something. But before we leave, I need to share with y'all a little something from company that makes it possible, Blue Water Climate Control. But y'all that have been watching me for a while, y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. I still think with all the rain tomorrow, there's going to be a whole lot of Vol fans there at the game at Neyland Stadium tomorrow. I promise you that.
People always ask, where did we get the name Blue Water Climate Control? When a Navy ship casts off lines, exits the harbor, and loses sight of land, that's blue water sailing. It takes a team of people to do that. Tireless work, focus, and attention to detail. So much of starting a business is just like that. After it's done, you get filled with deep satisfaction for accomplishing something. And it's quickly followed by, now the real work begins. We're Blue Water Climate Control.